Can I beat Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures without dying? Short answer? No. But we're gonna try anyway. Hey guys, and welcome back to Plasmatic Productions. My name is Plasmatic, and we're gonna do a no-death challenge today in Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures. If in any situation my Lego character breaks into pieces, I must restart the level. Why am I doing this with my life? To kick things off, we're heading into South America in the ancient past of 1936 to liberate an artifact from the people who made it. Ah, American imperialism. We love pretending we're so different from the British, but the only tangible difference lies in dental care. While I'm offending Western society, Indiana Jones is proving with very little effort that he's the only competent member of his little group, though he seems to be a little too ignorant of his partner's demises. And the Native Americans don't seem to be attacking him. Hey, Indy, you wouldn't happen to know these guys, would you? Once we can take control of this double-crossing archaeologist, we instantly nab this piece of treasure. I think these are the mini-kit equivalents in this game, but I'm not sure. You see, the one part of this video game I actually remember is dying on this very first jump so much as a kid. I cannot tell you how ecstatic I was to make it on my first try. I was, however, stupid enough to stand on this red button. Twice. Losing 2 hearts to these spears. I take out my frustration on Satipo and move on. If you've seen my LEGO Star Wars No Death challenges, you may be surprised to see me so confused by this game. I may not be an expert on LEGO Star Wars, but I know the game pretty well, and I definitely know Star Wars lore very well. Indiana Jones, on the other hand, well, let's just say this video may be painful for you if you're a fan of the movies or this game. I've only seen the first 2 and most recent of the Indiana Jones films, and I haven't even seen those original films in at least 5 or 6 years, definitely before the pandemic. I've even less of a relationship with this game, having never played past the 2nd level on the Wii. Yeah, remember the Wii? Anyway, this video should help satiate your sadism as you get the front row seat to my pain and suffering as I stumble through this challenge in a game I've never played based off movies I've basically never watched. The main part I remember from this movie, this game, and most importantly, a reference in the best episode of Community, is the rolling boulder, which I was dreading with all my being. What I wasn't prepared for, however, was giant stone heads falling from the sky. Alas, time to restart. On my next run, I make it through that area much more carefully, but it's time for the falling boulder section to take me out a second time in this level. We then discovered that it wasn't Indy who betrayed us after all, but Sapito. Wait, look, something familiar to me. Oh, that's gone now. But that's okay, I guess, because we get the wonderful character of Jock to come with us. I can't imagine this guy was in the movie, but the game has to be co-op friendly, so I guess we have Jock now. Not only do we have some random high school dropout with us, but this Jock has a wrench. Who knew? While he's terrible at fixing planes without falling in the water, he's great at getting beaten to death by Native Americans. Twice. Finally, he gets the plane working and we can head on out of there, having accomplished literally nothing other than dying 4 times. Okay, maybe that's an overstatement. I did learn to run away from falling stone heads. Oh, get ready to hate me even more for not knowing what happens in these movies and who the characters are. This guy, who I'm pretty sure based off context is Indiana, is apparently the most attractive archaeology professor these girls have ever seen. I mean, I think that's a pretty low bar, but who am I to judge? Indiana then ditches his class to talk with these other old guys about something. Okay, there's a weapon out of the Bible, a medal or something, whatever this means. He then pulls out a picture of a pretty girl that must be really important because he flies halfway around the freaking globe to get to her. Oh, I see. So she's got one of those metal thingies. Things are starting to piece themselves together. Heh, Lego pun. Okay, yeah, I deserve that. So now we're just in this tavern, I guess. Time to destroy it. Ladies are more nimble and can jump higher than other characters. Oh, that's why there are flowers ascending from the ground. Because obviously girls like flowers, and when they jump in a bunch of flowers, they can propel themselves 10 feet in the air. Oh, and she's named Marion. We open this door and, oh look, great, these dudes are hitting us now. Well, they better watch out, because I hit Oh. Well, come back here, I'll get you with my teeth. Or not. So that's 2 deaths to add to the counter. On our next go, we beat the crap out of this bi-spectacled man in a hat only for him to knock the medal off Marion, Also opening things up to the second half of the boss, a nightmare we call the man with the machine gun, though it's his goons that get me again, twice. We kill him and whack our man in the black hat a few more times, achieving our medal and heading into the snow-capped village. For some reason, we have to blow up this metal gate thing, but Marion, much like Leia in our no-death run of LEGO Star Wars, needs more than her love to keep her warm and decides to add explosives. I made a challenge in that video that if we got 5 comments saying, Leia, it's cold outside, I make a music video of a LEGO Star Wars Leia and Han Baby It's Cold Outside cover. As of writing this, we only got 4. You know, if y'all want to head on over to that video and leave a comment saying, Leia, it's cold outside, I just might do it. You know, next winter. Oh, right, this video. Well, I learned that fists versus gun usually leans toward gun, and that Indiana just really can't take a punch. Anyway, I'm just not good at doing things, and Marion misses this jump she's not even supposed to make because, well, I'm failing puzzles made for small children. Later, I even just walk off the edge for some reason. Maybe I need to get my eyes checked. I've been wearing the same glasses for like 4 years. It ends up being Indy's turn to fall, but we finally make it out of this horrible cave puzzle and then to the end of this level with 10 deaths to our name. Oh boy. So it seems like we've traveled halfway across the world to Cairo. Insert that harmonic minor scale that plays anytime a Hollywood movie takes place in the Middle East. No, 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 or whatever. However, a grave danger lurks behind these walls, leading us into the next boss fight, Monkey. Monkey makes us throw him bananas in exchange for a shovel. What exactly am I doing with my life? However, the next death is probably one of the most unique and isn't completely my fault this time. I was lost in the level and tried walking along this ledge and jumped safely to the sand, or not. Somehow I accidentally jumped out of bounds and fell through the map. Let's try this thingy again. Come here, monkey. Also, apparently a sword beats wrench. Probably could have figured that out earlier and saved myself some grief. We try again and end up spending an embarrassing amount of time trying to get this one door open. I mean, there has to be another door that can reach this whole other part of town. What do the poor citizens do if they live in one half the neighborhood and work in the other half? Jump around for 20 minutes getting the gears in place for this giant-ass door? Seems like poor urban planning. See, now I was feeling invincible. No, not that invincible. I was feeling very invulnerable, so to speak, demolishing everyone that came across my path with my own 2 fists. However, I made the fateful error to believe that a camel would gift me extra strength. As it turns out, the camel reduces your health to 1 heart, easily demolished by a single punch. So, upon making the way back, I decided to try my luck with Marion because she ended up picking up a sword and she was doing pretty freaking well, until, of course, being punched to death. I thought sword was supposed to beat fist. Oh, and it happens twice. That's nice. We finally climb up to the roof and come across something that gives me some lovely nostalgia. Is that Naboo? Star Wars? Oh, no, I got too excited. We're still playing this game. We do an obscene amount of puzzle things and put on some dead guys' hats, and I don't know. I don't think I love this game yet, but if there's one thing that's awesome, it's this scene. I was at a Spielberg Q&A by accident once, and he said this scene was originally supposed to be an epic sword versus whip fight, but Harrison Ford ate some of the local food the night before and told Spielberg that he had him for 45 minutes before he went back to his trailer to take a dump. In response, Spielberg just had him shoot the guy creating this iconic scene. Okay, so I gotta come clean with y'all. This video was supposed to come out in early 2024. I started writing this script that February and revisited it only briefly in July. As of writing this section, it's December 23rd. So, yeah, just thought I'd mention that. My bad. Alright, so what have we got going on here? A whole bunch of snakes? That's just great. So right in the first seconds of this level, we managed to jump right into the snakes. Now being aware of Indy's crippling fear of these little slithering critters, we use his friend Sala to scare them away with fire. However, Sala has a weakness of his own. Giant spikes coming out of the walls. Alas. After running around the next room for an embarrassing amount of time, I finally found a vase. Or vase. Vase. Whatever this thing is, I hadn't yet smashed it, so I received a book for my troubles, allowing me to pass into the next area mostly unscathed.
I collected a treasure chest, spent a solid 6 minutes in this one room trying to figure out what to do, and got myself a cutscene where we get the Ark thinking and hoping with naive innocence that the level was over. But Sala was captured and the Nazis took the Ark. They reveal that they have Marion, but we catch her pretty easily as she falls. Happy landings. We grab some more treasure and make our way through the level pretty well. For the next 10 minutes, little happens of note other than an encounter with a giant snake whose corpse we use to build an elevator. This is a kid's game, guys. As we get into the next level, I realize I should probably rewatch this movie. I don't think I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark in more than 5 years now, and I'm really realizing I don't remember it at all. I'm also starting to really see the appeal of the game, too. I know I might have crapped on it a little earlier on, or at least not seemed the most enthusiastic about it, the latter still being true, but I'm definitely developing an appreciation for it. All this to say, there are way too many desert levels in this first movie. I know there's not much you can do, but so far this is the third level in a row in this brownish-yellow color scheme. We spend a really long time building this track, only for me to get shot while pulling a rope, and for our next 3 deaths, we get killed by Molotovs. Oh, Leia, it's cold outside. At least for our next death, we go back to being shot and killed by a regular gun. Now that's more like it. We hit a cutscene revealing our next big boss fight, this shirtless guy. I figured out what seemed to be the gimmick, getting him to punch an anvil, but spent way too long trying to assemble this puzzle here in the back before realizing that you could jump in the plane and shoot. However, I forgot that pressing Y doesn't just eject you from the vehicle, but also switches your character, with my dumbass switching to Marion just as the rockets I shot hit her. Yeah. So after being far more careful with the airplane, we decapitate the shirtless man, and I think we finished the level, but instead, we're rewarded with a truck-top chase scene, which ended that run almost instantly. Another time, the shirtless guy got me as I was trying to get to the anvil, and then on about where I'd made it through, I fell off the trucks again. And another, Marion proves that going up against 5 armed guys doesn't end well for anyone. I guess unless you're Batman, but that's the next video. Spoilers. I've also learned not to chase after pieces of shiny treasure just because it looks so enticing. But after those 11 deaths, wow, we made it through. And finally, safe on a nice boat, we sail off into the sunset. Roll credits! Oh, crap. We got hijacked, and they got Marion. Great. Thankfully, Marion drank a lot of water after that last level, and she really has to pee, giving us the perfect opportunity to sneak up on the man guarding her. Marion's pretty pissed about being captured. Pissed. So she demolishes everything in sight around her. We make it all the way through this bunker, only to find ourselves in yet another sandy environment. I swear to God, this better be the last one. Well, hey, at least I get to revisit the bunker because I just got shot in the back. And you'd think I'd have learned by now to stand back when I'm using explosives, but hey, Leia, it's cold outside. Well, that wasn't my fault this time, but still. And finally, after all this torment, we finished Raiders of the Lost Ark with a total of 35 deaths to our name. The cutscene defeats all the enemies for us, and we walk off into the sunset with Marion. So, that was my grand return to YouTube after a year or so. A little underwhelming? Maybe. I don't know. I've been super busy, being in college now and all that, but I think I'm going to try to get back to making some videos from now and then. I still don't have anywhere near enough storage on my computer to work on more than one video at a time, but I'm going to keep trying to figure that out. Anyway, I forget how I used to end these videos. Like, comment, subscribe? Yeah, do those things. And, okay, goodbye.